Well, we're on week 51 of reading through the Bible in a year, week 51. Done really well. We're so close. Keep going, guys. This week we are finishing 2 books and then starting a new book. So very briefly, the books that we're finishing are Ezra, as we return to Ezra in chapter 7, and we're going to read through to the end from chapter 7 of Ezra. Stuff that in our church we're a little bit familiar with because we've been speaking through that fairly recently. But this is where Ezra actually turns up. The rest was kind of before he turns up in Jerusalem. Second book that we're looking through and finishing off is Revelation. And as you read Revelation, I won't spoil it, but we know who wins in the end. But do look out for some of the images that you'll have read in Zechariah last week, because some of the things that Zechariah foresees come to fruition in the last couple of chapters of Revelation. So do take a look out for that. But the big and new book is the book of Esther. Now, I've been looking through the TV schedules for what's on this Christmas, and nothing, I don't think, matches the story of Esther. It's a tremendous story. I think you're in for a real treat, better than anything that you'll see. Even Die Hard, I guess, about to suggest, and you know what I think about Die Hard. You've got King Xerxes, who is definitely a party king. He has a party that lasts about 6 months for his nobles and everyone, and then decides, well, actually, I need another party for everybody else. So there's another 7-day party after that. Queen Vashti, his queen, is a bit of a looker by all accounts. And so Xerxes says, he summons her from a party that she's having separately for the women. So that we're told the men could look at her beauty and marvel, or perhaps ogle might be closer. And Queen Vashti is more enlightened than that, says no. And as a result, the king thinks, well, what are we going to do with her then? Because if this happens, then, nobody's going to get any respect in the kingdom. And so the wise men, it says here, order that she should be banished forever from the presence of King Xerxes. And who knows, maybe she wasn't too bothered about that. And that the king should choose another queen more worthy than she. And as a result of this, he kind of has a beauty pageant, or if you like, he gets his people to find out who the most good-looking women are in the kingdom. And he kind of grooms them in terms of their appearance and how they should act and everything. They have about 12 months to prepare for their big audition. And in the end, Esther is the one who is chosen. Now, Esther has somebody on duty at the King's Gate, Mordecai. Mordecai is related. Haman, on the other hand, is the baddie in the background who is plotting against all of the Jews. And so people like Esther are not favourite people as far as they're concerned. And that really sets it up. Esther is then faced with what to do in a particular moral situation. I'm not going to spoil it by telling you any more of the story. But the key line, I think, in this is when Mordecai says, well, who knows if perhaps you were made queen, as he speaks to Esther, for such a time as this. And I wonder what God's put you in, what kind of position that might be just for such a time as this, where you can make a big difference to what is going on around you. So that's week 51. We're reading Esther 1 to 10, the whole thing. We're reading Ezra 7 to 10 to finish that book, and then Revelation 17 to 22. May God be with you as we read his word, seeking not just to understand more, but to become more like we should. Amen.